Welcome to Your Bookkeeping Matters. I'm your host, Lisa Turner, a professional bookkeeper, registered BAS agent, and your small business cheerleader and mentor. I'm also a wife and mum to 2 little people. This podcast is for small business owners who want to manage their numbers the right way. It will be short and sweet episodes each week on business and bookkeeping matters in an easy to understand way with real quick tips or changes you can put in place, having a huge positive impact at the same time up-leveling yourself, so you can be in control and confident that you know your bookkeeping matters. Let's dive into this week's episode. Hey there, I'm Lisa, and welcome to the very first episode of my podcast, Your Bookkeeping Matters. The name is probably a bit of a giveaway, but just in case, we'll be talking lots of matters on bookkeeping and business and why they should matter to you. I'm here to help make looking after and understanding your business numbers as easy as possible. This podcast is for small business entrepreneurs just like you who want to learn more about your numbers to help you better manage your business and make great decisions using your financial health to guide you. In this very exciting debut episode, I'm going to go over what a bookkeeper actually does and why someone has to do the bookkeeping in any business. It's not just an optional thing that you can put in the too hard basket hoping it will all just disappear. So what even is bookkeeping and why do you yourself need to do it or have a bookkeeper take the reins for you? If you were to jump into good old Google and try and find what a bookkeeper is, the results are quite literally endless. You could find a stuffy traditional definition along the lines of a bookkeeper does the data entry of your financial transactions and bank reconciliations. While that is, yes, technically correct, it is not a full or accurate picture of what bookkeepers look after these days, and we are definitely not your traditional bookkeepers, that's for sure. Bookkeeping has really grown along with businesses and their needs. First up, some of the basics, which covers the processing of all your income and expenses and your bank reconciliations. And what I mean by that is making sure your software balances with your actual bank account, because sometimes it does get a bit out of whack. We take on the processing of your payroll, managing leave entitlements for your staff, and helping you be compliant with both recording and paying your superannuation on time. Here at AFY, My Practice Accounted for You, our packages are customised to what you and your business needs in terms of bookkeeping. So on top of the basics that I just mentioned, sometimes what that can look like includes invoicing your clients for you, then following up when they haven't paid you. If the bookkeeper you're working with specialises in e-commerce like us, it can include managing and reconciling any integrations that you might have with the different platforms and apps. And if you're an e-commerce business, it's really important to make sure you have a bookkeeper or tax agent supporting you, because there are lots of little things that we make sure get done that are special to your industry and niche. E-commerce bookkeeping is quite different to service-based or traditional shop fronts. Another huge area that your trusted bookkeeper will handle with all the love and care and attention to all those nitty-gritty details is recording your GST if you're registered. And of course, monitoring when you do need to register if you're not quite there yet. Hand in hand with that, preparing your BAS or your business activity statement, which is not as simple as running the report and lodging the figures. There are checks and balances to do before we dive in and do that. You'll be really excited to hear I have heaps of BAS and GST episodes on the schedule. One of my favourite parts that we do, and keep in mind not everybody can help you with this, is providing you with accurate reports and insights helping you to learn more about your business and your numbers. We don't want to just do it for you. I also want to teach you and transform your money mindset. So while you might never love your numbers like us, you'll at least be friends with them so you can see where your income is at or where your biggest expenses are, and then use that information to really flourish and make decisions on things that you want to do or implement in your business. Down the track, I do have an episode letting you know the difference between bookkeepers and tax agents, but part of our role as your bookkeeper is working very closely with your accountant or tax agent, as we're both here to help you. Everything that I've outlined comes under just one of those small business hats that we wear, and there are so many things that we have to know and do in our business, and doing them the right way means you can count on those numbers to help you make day-to-day decisions and grow. We, as your bookkeepers, are an extension of your business and quite often literally are part of the team and look after all the things numbers for you so that you don't have to, because let's be honest, there is a lot to learn. The beautiful software makes things really easy, but you do still need to know what you're doing to get it right. So it's important to have a bookkeeper looking after this for you, or one that you can reach out to for advice and help along the way. If you're DIYing your numbers, your bookkeeper might check on them each quarter for you, or if you have a great tax agent, you'll be able to check in with them in between tax returns for some help and advice on how to do things throughout the year. Why is there a lot to learn, you ask? Well, you might be ticking everything off in the software or listing as much as you can on your spreadsheet, but is it actually right? Are you doing things the right way? Are there things that you're perhaps not doing because you didn't know you had to? And friends, unfortunately, I didn't know won't help you when the ATO or Fair Work comes knocking. It is your job as a small business owner to either know or have someone on the team that does. One of my favorite sayings from my business bestie says all the time, you don't know what you don't know. Let me just also add here that your contracted bookkeeper needs to be a registered BAS agent with the ATO if they are doing any BAS-related work, which is nearly everything. Now, like anything, we bookkeepers have areas that we specialize in. For example, I specialize in online retail and creative or service-based businesses. I love them. I know the platforms they use, the fees, the different accounting required, their specialized invoicing software, and how to help them customize what they need from their invoices and all those kind of things. Just like you might sell particular products as your niche, we too have our niches and areas that we really love serving in. But you get the gist of what bookkeepers are now. In a future episode, I'll go through some questions that you can ask when looking for a bookkeeper to help you find the perfect one for you. Let's take a quick look at what we aren't. Your number-loving bookkeeper does not look after your tax returns or taxation advice and strategy, business structure, and other things like that. That is where you need to have a catch-up with your accountant or your tax agent. There is sometimes a bit of a crossover here, and I can't wait to share the episode on what the difference between a bookkeeper and accountant is. So now you know a little bit more about what a bookkeeper does these days and what kind of things are involved in doing the doing of your bookkeeping, and why you have to be getting elbows deep in it yourself or have that key person to lean on. We truly are your small business cheerleader. I'm so excited this podcast is now out there in the world to reach and help more small business owners just like you with quick episodes so that you have a tiny bit you can learn each week and come back to when looking for information on something in particular. If you are fairly new to small business, while I don't recommend using spreadsheets to take care of your bookkeeping, you should always use software. That's my advice, but I get it. Sometimes spreadsheets, it's just your stepping stone to help you ease into it. And so to make it that little bit easier for you, I have a free profit and loss generator in both Excel and Google Sheets format that you can download. It's a simple plug and play spreadsheet, and you can download that at accountedforyou.com.au/profit report. If you liked this episode and my brand new show, please don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next episodes. And I would be so grateful if you left a review on Apple Podcast. Thanks for listening to Your Bookkeeping Matters, and I will catch you in the next episode.